My dear learners of Standard 6, good morning and welcome you all to my today's online class. Hope you all are fine by the blessings of Almighty. Today I am going to discuss on a new chapter, chapter 14. What are you observing here? A vast ocean, a piece of land, green vegetation. These are the elements of our environment, which is indispensable for our life. So, the name of our chapter is Environmental Balance and Our Life. You know, the surroundings around us is our environment. Let's know what is environment. The environment refers to our immediate surrounding in which all living and non-living components coexist. It can be used to refer to the social, natural and built or man-made environment. Follow. There are two types of environment. Natural, that means you will find some of the things which are created from nature, and here are man-made environment. That means the things which are man-made. And natural things or natural environment consist of living things, and man-made environment consists of non-living objects. Types of environment. Follow. Here is waterfall. This is naturally created, and there are two pictures also, industry base and a part of dam or bridge, which are man-made. So, natural environment, the environment that comes in its existence by its own or naturally, without interference of humans. It operates through self-regulating mechanism. And man-made environment, the environment which is modified by human activity. Scientific technology, which is result of human brain, is decorating the natural environment. So by using the scientific technology, human is decorating the natural environment. If you observe the surroundings all around us, you will find some of the things are naturally created while some things are man-made. That is to say, man cannot create the things which are called natural environment, and natural environment composed of naturally created matters. Components of environment. Basically, there are three components of environment, that is physical components, biological components and cultural components. Physical components, previously we learnt it, that is atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere. This is the biosphere where we live. And there are three major components of the environment, that is the air, water and soil or earth. So lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere are the physical factors of the environment. And biological environment, that is two types, abiotic and biotic. Biotic, that means living base, and abiotic, non-living. According to environment ecology, our environmental ecology is divided into two components, biotic and abiotic. So, components of organisms, plants and animals, these are the components of biotic environment, and non-living component, soil, water and air, these are the components of abiotic environment. Now come to the point, what is ecology? The branch of biology that deals with the interactions between organisms and the relationship between organisms and the environment, it called the ecology. Now come to the point, biotic versus abiotic factors. Biotic components include plants and animals, fungi, bacteria, and non-living elements includes non-living components. These are known as non-living or abiotic components. Say for example, water, sunlight, soil, air, temperature, etc. But soil, air and water, these are the three main components of non-living environment, and without these components organisms cannot survive. How do different components influence plants and animals' life? So I have told already, that is soil, air and water. These are the main components of non-living environment, and sunlight also. Without these components, organisms cannot survive. So let's see, how does plant use these components and how does animal use these components. Soil, water and air, light, temperature, humidity, etc. These are known also the physical factors which influence the nature and its expansion. And availability of such factors to survive in the environment depends on what type of organisms exist in a particular area. Why do most plants need soil? Because plants need soil to hold water needed for growth, transport and photosynthesis in the plant. Photosynthesis is a process. In the next slide I will discuss on it. Then plants need soil to supply nutrients to the plant for molecules like amino acids, cellulose and DNA. Why are soils important? The first explanation here. Soil is a great integrator of the environment. So it is the medium of crop production, producer and absorber of gaseous substance, medium for plant growth, home to organisms, that means plants, animals and others, essential natural resource we can collect from these soils, filter of water and waste and source material for construction, medicine, art, etc., waste decomposer, and snapshot of geologic, climatic and biological, that means topographical or human history we can collect from by observing the soil. How water is used by plants? Here we are observing the plant and the roots penetrates deep into the ground. So water is used by plants, used in photosynthesis and their growth, keep plant cells rigid and firm. Here transport materials in plants and also bring nutrients into the soil from the roots. And gaseous materials from the atmosphere plants using, that is carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight in the photosynthesis process, producing the carbohydrate based food, that is glucose, and byproduct released as a byproduct oxygen. How does animal use these air of atmosphere? Follow. Plants and animals need air to live. Humans need air to breathe. Birds fly because there is air. We feel air in balloons, footballs and cycle tires. Air is needed for burning. Air is used to move things like kite, helicopter, sailboat, windmill and aeroplane. Importance of water for human. Living things need water for survival and well-being. Almost 70% of the human body consists of water. Water bodies are habitats for plants, animals and marine creatures. Water bodies are source of food, seafood also for humans, and water is needed for many human activities such as washing and cooking. And there are many more importance of water. Now we will observe the interrelation of the environmental components and their interdependence. Some basic components are necessary for plants and animals to live. You must have noticed that plants and animals are not the same in all environment. Plants and animals live in all regions of the world, starting from the plainland to hills or mountains, forest, under the earth, pond, canals, rivers, seas, deserts, etc. So different plants grow and animals live in all places, only because of the difference of soil, water, light and other factors. Here, whale is the biggest animal and the smallest one is bacteria. And there is a relationship between plants and animals. Again, these have relation with air, water and soil, which is running following a certain process. So some processes are complex and some processes are simple. Let's see the process, how the plants and animals are interdependent with each other. Let's see. the photosynthesis process. Photosynthesis is the process which is used by the plants to convert the energy from sunlight to chemical energy and store it in the bonds of sugar. In this process, plants need only light energy, carbon dioxide and water to make food. So we know plant prepares carbohydrate by using carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight. And the oxygen produced through photosynthesis is used in animals for respiration, which is used for production of energy. So first stage follow, carbon dioxide enters through the stomata in the leaves, and second stage water enters through the roots. Third, sunlight is absorbed by chlorophyll and a chemical reaction takes place in the plant. And fourth one, glucose is made here and oxygen exists through stomata as a byproduct, which is used by animals. Respiration process, a process in living organisms involving the production of energy, typically with the intake of oxygen and the release of carbon dioxide from the oxidation of complex organic substances. So here the carbon dioxide produced by animal respiration is used by plants for photosynthesis. So in this way, by photosynthesis and respiration, interrelationship between plants and animals has been established within the living world. And also there are, plants and animals are the main components of living environment, and depending on their characteristics, they are different from each other, but they are dependent on each other for their survival. Some plants also reproduce with the help of insects, that bees move from flower to flower, then pollination occurs with the help of birds and animals. And here also some plants act as a shelter for few others. Another one thing, that is, why did dinosaurs become extinct? No organism can live alone in a particular environment. Living organisms are dependent on their surroundings, environment in different ways for their existence. So can you imagine what will happen if the sources from which we get our necessaries are destroyed, that means soil, air and water? You have heard the name of dinosaurs. They existed on this earth millions of years ago. So do you know why the dinosaurs have become extinct? Follow. Mammals eating dinosaurs' egg has been suggested as a cause of dinosaur extinction. Animals that ate one particular dinosaur's egg may have prevented any eggs from that species from hatching. The result would be that dinosaur would die out. If every egg of a species was destroyed, there would be no more dinosaurs of that species. So according to some scientists, when dinosaurs lived on the earth, then the world was too hot, but suddenly the earth became cold and the dinosaurs could not tolerate that cold and all of them died. And some other scientists told that when some other animals appeared on this earth, they started to eat the eggs of dinosaurs as food, so gradually they become extinct. And again, another group of scientists believe that about 65 million years ago, a meteorite hit the earth and the environment changed in such a way that dinosaurs failed to adapt themselves with the environment and become extinct. So you can understand that due to the changes in natural environment by human activities or natural process, the environmental balance is spoiled. And due to the destruction of environmental balance, biotic environment is also affected in different ways. Now we will observe the destruction of environmental balance. What are the causes of the destruction of environmental balance? We know at present the population of the world is increasing day by day. To meet the various requirements of this increasing population, houses, schools, colleges, roads, hospitals, etc. are being built by destroying the valuable forest. So deforestation occurs and making the plain lands. for preparing the different types of non-living things. Man are polluting the soil, water and air in many different ways. As a result, plants and animals are losing their habitat. So as we know, soil, water and air are the major components of the environment. If these three major components become extinct or destroyed, so what will happen? The environmental balance must be degraded. How to save the environment? Ways to preserve the different components of the environment. If we want to enjoy a healthy life, we should protect the environment instead of destroying it. So to live a healthy life and to protect plants and animals from extinction, we have to stop the killing of birds and animals, reduce, reuse and recycle the valuable components of environment. That is, follow the 3R to conserve natural resources and landfill space. The environment must be kept free of pollution. Next, conserve water bodies, as water bodies maintains the environmental temperature or maintains the environmental balance. So we must have to conserve our water bodies. Don't filling up it. And create public awareness through environmental programs or tree plantation program, planting more and more trees, because trees provide food and oxygen, we know, and they help save energy, clean the air and help to combat climate change. We should stop the exploitation of natural resources, because we know we have limited natural resources and proper planning is needed to use this type of natural resources. Population should be reduced. Cultivable land should not be spoiled. Policy to make biodiversity in agro production should be adopted. Forest resources should be increased and more forests should be created in our country. Animal and fish resources should be protected and increased. So dear learners, when you save water, it saves you back. When you refuse to reuse, it's the earth you abuse. So save the earth. We have now here else to go. The earth is yours, so save it. Thank you all.